and thank you for joining us on today's episode of Strengther, a special initiative of CXO Digital Paths. In this series, we are shining a light on the compelling tales of resilience, courage, and perseverance as told by women who are leaving a lasting mark within their industries. Our guest today boasts an impressive career as tech marketer and is currently head of enterprise marketing for India at Snowflake. Please welcome Kanchan Belaudi. Hi, Kanchan.
Hey, hi Pratik.
It's an honor to have you today on this episode. Kanchan, we all see you as a brilliant tech marketeer. So, now today we'll be delving into understanding more about your journey and you as a person. And I would like to start with a rapid fire round with you.
Sure, please go ahead.
Okay. Kanchan, one technology trend that you have been most excited about?
I'm super kicked about Gen AI and specifically what it can do in marketing from a content creation perspective. I've personally used it, for the last 1 year on and off for creating images, and I'm really, really excited about the potential of it.
I would say Gen AI is definitely making a tremendous mark, and this is just the beginning, I would say, because there's a lot more that can be explored
True, true.
within Gen AI. Okay. Kanchan, the biggest misconception about working in a tech industry.
So people think working in tech is easy. You get to sit in front of a laptop all day. You're in an AC environment, and how difficult can it get? So I think that's a misconception that it is easy. I think we have our own challenges that we do navigate on a day-to-day basis.
That's true. And with all these navigation and the tech aspect, I'll move to a slightly fun aspect. So, one country that you wish to visit.
I want to go to Ireland. I want to do the Game of Thrones tour.
Okay, you're a fan of GOT.
Yes, yes. I've read the books too. So in fact, I'd read the books long before the series came out. So yeah.
Okay, amazing. Okay, considering the GOT in mind, so your spirit animal.
I'm going to go with a turtle, Pratik. I
Okay,
think that's who I am.
okay, great. And the turtle reminds me of Kung Fu Panda then.
Yes, yes, one of the things.
The wise turtle in it. Okay. Kanchan, the most influential marketing book that you have read.
I love to read, so I've read a ton of books. It's difficult to pick out one, but I'm not going to only stick to marketing. But I was
Okay.
very young when I'd read Ayurveda, and that book left a really good impact on me in terms of how to build a business, run a business, and I think that sowed the seeds of doing management somewhere down the line. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, it's amazing, Kanchan. Kanchan, as we've discussed all this, I would like to delve into your journey. So, you have over 16 years of experience in marketing space. So, if there were any pivotal moments of challenges that you faced in this almost 2 decades, I would say, what were they and how did you overcome them?
So I think it has been a long time, right? I joined the workforce almost 18 years ago, and the challenges that were there at that time don't exist today, if I can say that.
Okay.
I remember the second job that I had. I needed to work in the US hours. I had a small baby at home, and I did want to come back home and then join calls. And nobody in office had laptops back then. We all worked on desktops. So that was a pretty big challenge for me at that time, but of course some of these challenges you overcome with the help of supportive organizations, leadership, and some you have to overcome yourself. In this one, for example, the management was very supportive. I was one of the few people to get sanctioned a laptop to carry home, so I could leave work at say 5 o'clock, go home, do my thing, and then at 8:30 I could again log into work with the sales team and product teams so that we could get some of the proposals and SOWs out. So yeah, so those were different kind of problems. And I think if I have to look at a pivotal moment, right, like coming back to work after maternity breaks, I think that is a huge moment in any working woman's career, because you always are torn between home and work, and plagued with self doubt whether you can do justice to this and that. And I think you have to have a supportive family at home. You have to have a supportive team at work who can walk you through, those turbulent times. Yeah, so those were back then. And today, I think I'm in a much better space. Today, the problems that I encounter are really different. Today, when I think about what I have to focus on, what is the kind of work that I want to do, how do I, get visibility for the work that my team is doing. I think those are the challenges that I'm working on. How do I help people overcome their biases? So these are a very different set of problems, and I feel very empowered that I have moved on to a different set of challenges, and I'm able to look for solutions for them myself, looping in other people in the ecosystem to help me solve these problems. So yeah, that's what I would categorize, and I'm sure 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, these problems are going to look very different.
Definitely. And as it says, that you are on a sale. Every time you're going to face new challenge, you should be just ready for it. And with that thought, Kanchan, I would say there's one challenge which somehow will stay consistent is something how you approach towards marketing strategy, because it's a very dynamic world, and specifically in tech industry, it's a fast-paced and innovative sector. So how do you prepare yourself, or what's the approach towards the marketing strategy that you have in your mind?
So you very rightly said, right? Not only in tech, I think overall, the markets are continuously evolving with everything new that keeps coming in. Gone are the days when you could do an annual plan and then just run it. In fact, I don't even think quarterly planning works, because I find myself pivoting sometimes mid-quarter too, based on what we had planned vis-a-vis what we are executing. So you're very right. I think the first key skill that you need to have is you have to be agile. I remember a time when I used to be taken aback at a sudden change, right? It is difficult to adapt suddenly. Like, you had planned, you had prepared for this. It's like preparing for a history exam, and then you go and, at the exam center, you find, oh, you have to write biology. so, so I think to be agile and to prepare yourself for the oncoming shocks at any time, I think that is the most important skill. In any profession, forget marketing, right? But when it comes to specifically to marketing, I think apart from what all of us do, we read, we watch videos, we hear other people, we look at what best practices are working. All of us do that, and then we try to adopt that. Specifically for marketing, I think what is even more critical is staying lock in step with sales teams, because they are your ears to the ground. They are going to tell you what's happening before you're going to read it somewhere. You will know what customers are looking for, right? So I think that is very, very critical. How well you align yourself with your sales team, what their needs are, what their goals are. If your strategy aligns to help meet sales teams their goals, I think you are on the right track. But at the same time, you also have to be the devil's advocate, and you have to know and be able to speak up if you think that your sales team is doing something which doesn't align with what you're seeing elsewhere in the market. Then you have to speak up, you have to bring that to the table, and discuss in a constructive manner what else can be done.
True. Definitely the synergy within the teams with your peers or cross-functional, something which is very necessary, that keeps you updated, and in which direction you're moving.
Okay.
And with that thought, Kanchan, in your opinion, how has been the representation of women in tech industry, especially if I'm emphasize on the leadership roles? So what progress have you witnessed, and what areas do you think there's still scope of significant improvement?
Overall representation, I think we are doing all right. We look at between 30 to 40% of representation in women in tech, right? But if you have to further qualify that at a leadership level, I think we are doing a very poor job. I always like to say it's like a pyramid. As you go higher up, you see women dropping off, especially once they are, in the 30s, you see more and more women dropping off from the career path. So I think there is definitely a gap. And Pratik, personally, I've worked for all these years. I've never once reported to a woman marketing leader, right? And that says something, because HR and marketing are functions where you see so many women present, right? You could say like 30% at least we have, and even then, if we don't have them in leadership roles, I think that's still startling. So of course, I'm not happy with the representation, and there is a lot that we can do. And there are different aspects in the career journey where we can ensure that women have participation, have growth, and have that career ladder where they can climb. In the beginning, I think when we are sourcing candidates, that's one place to look at, not only to get women but also to groom at a university level, at a college level, because you're looking at somebody 21, 22, 23, 24, and culturally a lot of times women start thinking the family way at that time, and they start taking a step back in their careers, right? And there was Sheryl Sandberg's Lean In, which really opened my eyes to this, because I thought I was the only one thinking like this. But turns out, there's a whole generation of women who makes decisions based on, oh, I may get married, I may have to relocate. Let me pick a job offer which is in this town. You may not get married for another couple of years. Take that job offer, move, see what it brings to you, right? So I think that early grooming, education, awareness is also important. And once they are in the workforce also, I think we need to have better mentoring programs specifically for women, so that they are aware of what they can achieve, what do they need to get there. Women are less aggressive than men in terms of how they pursue their careers. So I think some of these skills we need to be supportive, so that we provide organizational supports at all levels, not only at the mid level but also at the entry level.
Great. And while we do have that kind of pool, because now the percentage share of females is increasing when you go for a campus placement. But as you said, it's a pyramid. As years move on and you're moving up the ladder, you'll say that the share is decreasing. So while there are numerous aspects which are creating certain hindrance, but I'm sure there are certain drivers also. So is there any specific skill sets or say mindset that you believe are crucial for a success in this dynamic industry and ensuring that that narrowness is not there? It's still to a certain extent broad enough to see women leaders there at the top.
So for different people, they have to work on different skill sets depending on where they are in their career journey. I remember at one point of time, the skill set that I personally relied on was just perseverance, right? Just hang in there, like don't give up on working, right? Stay in the
Yes.
workforce. Showing up is important, right? But at another point of time in my career, I have been very hungry for growth. I have been extremely ambitious. I have pursued projects outside my core job so that I wanted to create that impact. So I think everybody has to take that call, what they want in life at that point of time. It's not like a one size fits all, and everybody cannot at every time use the same skill set. You have to decide where you are, what do you want in life, have a plan for that, and then work on what skills you need to make that happen. And personally for me, over all these years, the one thing that has really helped is my work ethic. I am extremely disciplined. I am extremely focused when it comes to delivering the kind of work that I want to deliver. If something is going out with my name on it, I want to be proud of it. So that's something that has really stood me in good stead all these years. That has helped, and it's a compounding thing, right? Because for example, like you going interviewing for a job, and turns out that your previous managers or the previous managers are connected here, and they carry a good opinion of you, so they are going to put in a good word, not necessarily in a formal referral process, but it's a small world and people do talk. So some of those
Definitely.
things have a compounding effect over a period of time.
Definitely. And specifically, as we are concluding this interview, I would like to ask if there is any career advice you would like to give to pursuing women who are out there and want to make a mark. What advice would be from your side?
I would again say, like, be very intentional about what you want, and it is okay. You may not want something very big. You may not want to become CEO, CTO, CMO right now, right? What do you want right now? Be focused on it and go after it in a very targeted manner. Whether it is an internal promotion, whether it is an external job that you want to do, be very focused about it, be very intentional about it, build a plan towards it, and then go and get it done. And do not hesitate to ask for help. We don't go outside our network. We don't ask, professional colleagues for their help. I think more and more women need to step out and ask for help for growing themselves both personally and professionally. Thanks a lot, Pratik, and thanks for having me. It was wonderful catching up with you.
So, thank you, Kanchan, for this really insightful conversation. And we would like to extend our heartfelt thank you to you, sharing your experience and thoughts, and the key takeaways of perseverance, networking, having a mentor. These are definitely the guiding light for many who are viewing us. So, thank you so much. And to our audience, thank you once again for tuning in, watching us. Please keep watching us for more inspiring stories as we continue to celebrate the resilience and strength of women around the world. Thank you so much.